Hi, my name is Ariel. I'm a 23-year-old nursing student attending the University of Pennsylvania. I'm currently in the Master's of Professional Nursing program. And in this video, I want to talk about how I got into the nursing program at UPenn, what was my journey, and what did it look like for someone being a second degree nursing student. This video has been long overdue. I'm currently within my spring semester of my nursing program, my accelerated nursing program, and let me just say, baby, that first semester didn't really have time to record, didn't really have time, but we're here now. I'm on spring break, and this video again has been so overdue. I'm so excited to be here to record. I posted some things on TikTok. Follow my TikTok here. I'll put it up here. I'll attach the name somewhere in here. But I posted a video a while ago and I got a lot of feedback, a lot of DMs, messages about the application process. What did it look like? How is it being a student that attends an Ivy League university for nursing school? I just felt like, why not answer all the questions and put it into one video, and many more videos to come. But this is sort of an intro video. This is my first ever channel, first ever YouTube video for a channel. So I'm super excited to be here to share information, you know, everything from tips and tricks, exam tips, advice, pros and cons, studying tips when it's time to prep for the NCLEX, everything. I mean, we can get into it all. So without further ado, let's get into the video. I have a bunch of notes here on my phone to kind of keep me organized and talk about the path of how I got here today. So again, I attend the University of Pennsylvania. I am in the School of Nursing. I am in the Master's of Professional Nursing program. My program is 15 months long. It's for second degree nursing students. So anyone that decided they wanted a different career path and wanted to go and become a nurse, this is the program for you. So this is not a traditional 4-year BSN program. This is a 15-month accelerated nursing program where you, in the end, will receive your master's degree and be able to sit for the NCLEX. I just want to, again, make a note that there are a lot of ABSN programs out there which are great. My program is no longer an ABSN program, it's an MPN program, meaning I will not receive my Master's of Science of Nursing. I want to make that completely different and clear that there's MPN and there's MSN. I'm receiving my MPN. This basically means because I already have my bachelor's degree in something else, I have mine in psychology, I'm moving on to the next step and I'm getting my Master's of Nursing. Meaning I'll still be able to sit for the NCLEX to become an RN and become licensed, but this allows a few different things. Because I'll be receiving my Master's, UPenn will be giving me credits because I know that I will continue on and do an MSN portion and become a nurse practitioner and do that program. This will give me credits ahead of time so I can apply that to my MSN. If I go to UPenn, if I go somewhere else, wherever I decide, I can take those credits with me. So they make us take a few extra classes to basically get some of those MSN credits out the way if you know you want to be an MP later down the road or right after. So this is also nice for students who need federal aid. So for me, in my undergrad experience, I didn't receive too much help with like FAFSA, things like that, through the federal like loans, grants. I didn't, because of my family EFC, my estimated family contribution, I didn't receive that much during my undergrad. So this is nice now that since I'm a graduate student and I qualify as a graduate student on paper, now I have a different like loan bank to take from. So this is better for someone who needs a loan to take out. This is sort of like a clean slate. It doesn't attach to your undergrad federal aid, if that makes sense. And I can do another video breaking all the statistics about that down. But I just wanted to give you an idea that this is not a ABSN program. This is a Master's of Professional Nursing program. And this is the first ever program they've dropped. And I am a part of the first ever cohort, which is super exciting. And I absolutely love it. So let's talk about my pathway and how I got here. So to start, again, I'm a second degree nursing student. So I attended the University of Massachusetts Amherst for my undergrad years. I am class of 2023. I received my bachelor's in psychology and I absolutely loved it there. Originally, I was on the pre-med track. So I wanted to be a pediatrician, and the route I was going, I was like, okay, I'm going to be a microbiology major. I'm going to do that, and that's just what it is. And then life happened. I realized what was going to be better for me, what type of lifestyle, work-life balance I wanted for myself in the future. And I started to look at different options. And ultimately, I just fell in love with the role of nursing, the career, the profession. And I noticed the beauty of how many different routes you could take for nursing. And I knew that I wanted to be an advanced practice provider, but I just didn't know in what way I wanted to do that. And once I learned that as an NP, you can have your own practice if you want to. You can receive your doctorate of nursing practice degree. Like, there's so many different options. I was like, you know what? I'm going to become a nurse. That's what I want to do. And I have been in love since. So, yes, that was me. So, I graduated with a Bachelor's of Science in psychology. And I moved on. But you know what? I learned so many great things. I love my major. Psychology was excellent. So, everything I learned from that major, I'm taking and I'm applying in my nursing degree now. It just really helps me. But yes, that was originally my route. And I just wanted to break down a couple of other things too. I graduated with a 3.3 GPA. My one semester, my junior year, was not the strongest for me, and it definitely took a toll on my GPA. Not to mention, I was one of the undergrad students involved when the pandemic first hit. So when COVID-19 came, there was quite a switch. I was sent home. It was just throwing me off my groove, throwing me off my center, and my grades sometimes did not reflect the student I truly was. So that was also a difficult thing to endure as well, because I'm, you know, sitting here prepping to be a pre-med student, and I'm like, I don't have this competitive GPA. What am I going to do? So it all worked out, and I'll explain it later in the video of why, you know, I encourage people to not be discouraged if they may have not done as well in their undergrad experience. One, you're growing, you're maturing, life is happening, and you may realize that you're a stronger student in a graduate setting. So again, still strive and be the best student you can be. I'm talking to possible students that are watching right now that are undergrad and finishing out. Please finish out strong. But what I'm saying is, it's not end all be all, and my GPA of what I finished with does not even reflect where I am now. Nor would no one guess that that would be my GPA when they think of such universities as UPenn and others, where they're like, oh, you have to be the stellar 4.0 perfect student. I was absolutely not a perfect student, and I honestly don't regret any part of my experience in my undergrad. I had to learn, I had to grow, and I think that made me into the person I am today. As far as extracurriculars in my undergrad experience, I was taking leadership with certain roles. So I was the vice president of, we had a Future Health Leaders Network at my university at UMass. I was also the secretary for a organization called Black Women in Medicine. So I definitely still applied myself in multiple different avenues in my university experience. I also worked in a microbiology lab in my undergrad year. I worked in a research lab. And I absolutely loved it. I worked there for almost 2 years. That definitely gave me some more exposure into different worlds, you know, built great connections there. Actually, one of my letters of recommendations came from the research lab I worked in. So I still was applying myself and being active in my university experience, because again, I didn't know what my graduate experience was going to be, no matter if I had ended up still applying to medical school or if I was going to pick PA route, NP route, RN route, whatever I was going to do. I just wanted to make sure I made a strong foundation in my undergrad experience. My gap year was 1 year long. So when I graduated from UMass in 2023, I came home. I'm originally from Philly, so I came home from Massachusetts and worked. I did not want a gap year in any way, shape, or form. I was one of those students that were like, I just want to go straight all the way through. I don't want to break. I was definitely against that. But I realized that I needed to fix a couple of things before I applied to the next path I was doing. So at this point, I knew I wanted to apply to accelerated nursing programs, and I wanted to make sure I was as competitive as possible. So with that, I knew I needed to retake a couple courses. I had grades done, but they weren't grades that I felt like were competitive enough to get into the programs that I was looking for. So I felt like this was the time to take advantage of that and say, okay, let me retake a couple of things. Let me clean up a couple of things and come back. So I actually ended up retaking microbiology and anatomy and physiology too, just to strengthen my grades. I wanted to get A's in them. I just felt like that would help my application more. So I'm going to try to tell you how the balance worked with the gap year. So I received a position as a mental health technician in an inpatient psychiatric unit at a nearby hospital near my home. By working there, they allowed tuition reimbursement, which worked so greatly for me because I did not have to pay for those prereq courses that I needed for the nursing program. And I'll make another video too on like what specific things my university was looking for my application. So, you know, like the ins and outs about that. But just to give you kind of a picture of it, most nursing programs, celebrated nursing programs, have some of the same educational requirements as far as what courses they want done. A lot of them want, you know, general chemistry, anatomy and physiology 1 and 2, microbiology, biology 1 and 2. Like everybody has a certain thing. Psychology, I think there's like developmental psych. I'll give a breakdown of what my school specifically wanted if you're looking into the program I go to. But back to the point, I worked on an inpatient psychiatric unit, which aligned with the degree I graduated with in psych. So it was perfect because I could apply everything I was learning in psychology in school and go work in the field. And I still work there to this day. I'm now in a per diem role, and I wouldn't ask for a job any better than that. I felt like that was the best for me, to feel like I was applying what I had went to school for while also figuring out my next steps. And my job was so supportive of me taking classes. They knew I wanted to continue my education and go to nursing school. So they had an excellent reimbursement system where I could take my classes and then basically continue to work in my job, and they would just pay for them. So I didn't have to pay for anatomy and physiology 1 and 2 or microbiology. But I say all that to say, definitely look into, if you're going to have a hospital job, look into their tuition reimbursement policies, because it really comes in handy when you need a couple of things if you just want to clean up. And honestly, take advantage of it. If it's free courses that you can take, if you need to clean something up or fix something, do it. So yeah, so I worked for a year while finishing out courses, and I was also putting in my nursing application. So a lot of schools, every school is kind of different. But with Penn, they did not mind that I wasn't finished a course yet. They just needed to know that I would be done by a certain date. So as long as you had it ready and submitted it by a certain time, your acceptance letter would not be dependent upon if you finished that class yet or not. They knew they knew you were going to finish. Now, obviously, if you didn't finish, then you just can't attend, even if you were accepted. But it gave me like a sense of ease, because I just felt like, okay, I put in my application and then I could keep working, keep going to school, finishing out the classes I needed, knowing that that's not going to weaken my application, if that makes sense. I finished my pre-work courses at community college, and that was great. It just worked out, and I just quietly just did it. Went to work, came home, looked at the requirements, reached out to, you know, certain individuals for a letter of recommendations. Again, working during your gap year is great because you can build strong bonds. You can get strong letter of recs from your job. You can get strong letter of recs, again, from where you graduated from. Anybody that you feel is going to give you the best word out, that's who you want your letter of rec from. And my school was very specific about, they wanted someone that saw your academic abilities, someone that saw your professional abilities. So both definitely had helped. I want to be clear about one part of the application for Penn's program, where they allow you to give a small essay that focuses on anything that you may feel like may add to your application, anything that you need to clear up. And I would definitely say, take advantage. If you see that section on your application where it says a part about, you know, is there any last statements, comments that you need to make? And I definitely wrote a letter about having not a strong semester in my undergrad experience that definitely did not reflect the student that I was currently. And I just made that very clear. And I say this to say is to not be ashamed. If something happened, we just have to move forward. So I don't want, you know, people that want to apply to certain programs to feel discouraged because they're like, well, something happened, so, or my grades weren't that strong this time, so I don't think that I should even try. If you give them an explanation as to what happened, and they'll show them your grades now and show that that's not me anymore, it can make such a difference. This is coming from someone who definitely did not do well in their microbiology course the first time. did it again as a graduate student and got an A. So again, if you're going from literally a D to an A and you write that in your letter and say, I was going through X, Y, and Z at the time and this is where I am now, they will see that. They will know that you got through it, and they really want to see the improvement. They'd rather see grades that may be lower and then seeing you go on an upward trajectory here. So I just make that clear because it's important that you're not letting certain grades define you. So here I am now. Fast forward, I'm in my spring semester. I'm in a 15-month program. I finished in December. It's currently March, and I love my school. I love my experiences that I've received thus far. I'm so excited to share this journey with you all. This is more of an intro video, so please comment below question and answer videos that I will post in the future. I need your feedback. I want to know what type of question. I don't want to just be giving you just any type of information. What type of information are you specifically looking for? This will be the place for that. So comment below any questions you have. I'll make a specific Q&A video. Again, vlogs will be coming just to give you a day in the life, behind the scenes insight of what a UPenn nursing student looks like and what that life looks like. And this is going to be a safe place. This is going to be for all my nursing people. If you're thinking about applying for nursing school, like if you're on the fence, you don't really know, you need some more questions answered. If you're in it right now and we're just getting it through it together, this is the place for you as well, because baby, in the trenches. So either one, this is the place. So if you're a nursing student currently, if you're thinking about going to nursing school, this is going to be the channel that is going to be a safe place that we can just answer all types of questions, share advice with each other. I want this to be a space of growth. I want this to be a space of support. And I'm excited to see what's to come. And again, I want to note that you can do it. You will do it. You can do it. This is a video out of encouragement. I just want to make clear that there are students that look like me that attend these prestigious universities, and we can get our foot in the door. It's possible. And I want to also make this very clear that for my undergrad experience, my first ever choice was the University of Pennsylvania for undergrad. That was my dream school. So this is definitely a full circle moment for me. I applied there for my undergrad experience at the traditional BSN level, and I was denied. And fast forward 5 years later, I reapplied for the graduate portion for the Master's of Professional Nursing program, and here I am, and I was accepted. So sometimes denial is not final. Try again. Figure out what works for you. But I want to encourage those who watch me that may be in the same position or were in the same position. A year ago from now, I did not think I was going to be here in this space. And I'm so grateful to be here and so grateful to share information, share what I can offer. And that was truly the point of making this channel and this video. This is an intro space to so many more videos to come to talk about what it's like to be a nursing student. What's it like to be a Black nursing student at an Ivy League university? What's it like to be a nursing student at an Ivy League university, period? This is a major deal for me that I have been dreaming about since I was a little girl. I always wanted to go here, and for me to be in this space is just amazing. I'm super grateful. I am so blessed, and I'm happy here that I can now spread this information to others and create a positive space, create such a hopeful space. And I hope that's what you will receive from this video as well. So again, enough of me yapping. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe below. I will attach all my social medias below. Again, message me if you have any questions, and stay tuned for the next video because we're going to be dropping weekly. So it's coming. We're here. We finally got in this space. I finally got over the hump of posting because I have been stalling. I was a little stressed, but we're here. And I want to do a video too about like just what it was like first semester, how my first semester of nursing school went, because that was a time. So we'll get into that as well. But thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for more. Bye.